Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As we progress on this month, being close to Las Vegas on September 23, 26, we're talking about Las Mega Bachata Fest. I'm trying to get to know my artists that are coming to the festival, particularly the Central movement in the United States, because that is something that I'm out of the loop with. I don't know much of the artists except the top number one like Daniel and Desiree or Marco and Sarah pretty much, but there are other people there just like in the Hollywood, you would see all the blockbuster movies, actor, but we tend to miss the other people that are even better actors, that are even better supporting actors and actresses. And Central Movement USA is getting bigger. I've been monitoring it since I've been watching Anna promoting the group and promoting the artists, inviting people from Europe. And as I've gotten to know them better, I talked with this couple and Anna and Zoom once as a private meeting, and that's when I got to know them a little bit. But I'd like to get to know them today. My audience like to get to know them today as well. Please welcome Patrick and Johanna.
Hey, how
Hi
you doing,
guys.
guys?
How are you guys? Is it?
Good.
It's too late in New York, right? What are we? 1 o'clock, 2 p.m.
It's 2:10.
2:10 right now.
Yeah. So you guys are from New York, and as I understand, you're moving to Texas very soon. Yeah.
Yes, we're moving to
Yes.
Houston, Texas at the end of August.
At the end of August. Why Texas?
Because we both came 5 years ago to New York for different reason, and
Our lives.
New York is one of those cities where you come with a goal in mind,
Yeah.
and I think we both achieved
Yeah,
our goals, and now we're
Mhm.
just ready to move on to a different chapter.
yeah.
How's
I feel like it's like a city that you come to get something for, like you're looking for something in your life, right? And after you get that, it's time to move on and like find something where you can build a little more and be more quiet
so you
too at the
guys
same time.
are planning to live in where is it? Houston, you said?
Houston,
Yes.
yes.
Okay, so you're planning to live in Houston. What are your plans doing there? Are you going to be teaching a studio? Are you going to start a
So,
team? All that kind
so
of
at the
stuff.
moment, because we're traveling a lot lately, and we wanted a little more quiet life than New York, right? To be a little more of a hermit since we
Yeah, yeah,
socialize for a living.
yeah. New York,
um,
I lived there for 2 years. I know
yeah,
the hustle and bustle, as they call it.
yeah, it gets busy. It gets
It's
busy
crazy.
real quick,
Yeah.
and and with more space, so we can work more on our projects and other things that we like too. I do photography and videography. She likes making costumes too, and
Ah,
so the idea is to keep traveling. That's our main goal right now. So we're
yeah,
because we're building that part
yeah.
and teach workshops and classes here and there. Well, we'll see as we go when we get there.
Right, right.
What do we have free and how would we feel about it?
Are you guys traveling within the United States or all over?
We are starting to go international this year.
Yeah, we have a
Um, so we have Canada, Uruguay, Punta Cana. We have other places coming up, but we're still, because as we're heading towards the end of 2022, we're starting the schedule for 2023.
Oh yeah, which is
You know
we'll
how
be
it
there.
is.
well,
So
2023. Hopefully, we're back to normalcy. The festivals are not 100% yet this year, but it's a good
So
start.
I mean, it could be way worse for sure. I think
True.
we're doing really good. People is helping a lot.
Well, my festival in Hawaii got canceled twice because of the
Wow,
pandemic.
wow, it's complicated now for sure. I feel you.
Complicated. Yeah,
Oh, we also
especially
help Anna a lot. We
especially in the
also
state
help.
of Hawaii because uh, they're more strict when it comes to the pandemic.
Makes sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
You
We
you
also
guys are
help.
in New York. It's more strict there too, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yes, but
That's why
for
we're now in
example,
Florida.
New York, they were strict, like they were putting a lot of rules. But if we were doing things in the back, they didn't care that much.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's actually when we met.
yeah,
After pandemic, after the lockdown,
yeah, yeah.
we started dancing like kind of like underground.
Uh-huh.
It was like a pier that had like a roof and like
Like a
it was
bridge thingy.
kind of like a bridge, like it was, but it was an old restaurant.
Yeah.
And we started because like so a lot of people wanted to come out and dance, you know.
Yeah,
Yes. My voice is so dry. We just finished an event in New York, so
that's okay. I heard that you guys were in a big event this weekend. How was
Yeah,
it?
New York City weekender.
we had a shooting.
How was it?
So
You know, Daniel and Desiree were there, yeah?
yeah, Daniel
Yeah.
Desir, Mark Gonzalez.
Marco
So
and Sarah was there. Yeah.
it was really big because of course we'll bring people from Spain, especially like Daniel Desiree. They have not been in New York in a while.
Aha.
So for people here, for the community here, it was important.
Yeah.
And also um the setup that we had, because it's not a congress, so we don't have a hotel. It was a weekender, so we
Oh, it's
had a
like
studio.
European style, huh?
Exactly. So you know how like the check-in is a little bit more complicated, the organization is a little more complicated.
Yeah.
But overall, it was a really good experience, and I think for the
Yeah.
first year that we do it, it went really good.
People like that.
So we're looking forward to next year.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Now, what are you both had the same heritage or something? Were you guys?
No.
No.
Where your parents originally from?
So my dad is French and my mom is Moroccan,
Okay. And your
And she
parents?
grew up in France.
and I grew up in Paris. Yeah.
Oh, so you guys
And
speak French? You guys speak
Huh?
French together?
We.
no,
Oh.
I speak English.
Oh.
Oh,
She can speak French to me if she wants, but
yeah,
I
because
just do the French accent to make fun of her.
no. But okay.
And
Now,
I'm from Uruguay.
so I could. So your background probably more of like European dance scene, and you're more exposed to sensual style than other styles of bachata. Yeah.
So
It's a funny story.
Aha! I like to hear it.
I was a ballerina
Aha!
and a contemporary dancer, and I grew up doing all sorts of dance, but I got a degree in jazz and contemporary.
Mm,
And then I moved here after high school, and I went to Alvin Ailey in New York.
yeah. Oh wow,
Um,
that's a good school.
yeah, and I
Really good.
graduated from the scholarship program.
Yeah.
So after pandemic, I mean during right before the pandemic, my goal was to be on Broadway.
I
But
see.
you know, COVID happened, everything shut down.
Life is stopped for a
No,
minute.
like life stopped for performers. It was really bad. But I went. Somebody invited me to a random social, and I knew nothing about bachata nor salsa.
Mm.
But I got into it. I fell in love with it. Then I fell in love with him, and then we started training together and slowly building a career in
Yeah, I was about to ask you that because you know in the bachata modern style we have bataca alemana, and to me and some of the people that I know, it doesn't matter what they do during dancing. It doesn't matter whether they fucked up their techniques or not. It's because of the way they look at each other while
Yeah, the
performing
love
or
between the
dancing.
couple.
It especially we're talking about bachata. It's all emotional content, right?
Yes.
And so when I see you guys, like, gee, I wonder if these two are lovers or not.
married.
Oh, married or not? So I was that crossed my mind. I should ask him that tomorrow. That
Yeah.
answers my question right there.
So
How long have you been both married?
a
A
year
year,
and a couple
a
months.
year and
Uh-huh. And how did you two meet? I know you probably meet underground social, like you mentioned earlier.
Yes. So basically, we made an underground social. He was practicing with a friend. She was practicing with a friend, and then
Yeah.
I was about to teach classes there because I was teaching free classes, you know, to build a
Uh-huh.
community again. Because I really wanted to build a community again. We love teaching, we love like dancing,
Uh-huh.
and so if I didn't got sick, I was in my case, I lived in a house with a I was renting a room with a family. They all got sick from COVID. I didn't got anything. Somehow I survived that.
Yeah.
And so I said, like, whatever. I'm gonna go out, gonna go dance. If I'm gonna get sick, if I'm gonna be the one that gets sick, I'll get sick. It's fine. And I haven't got sick yet. Knock on wood somewhere.
Knock on wood. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so slowly start dancing together. Then I saw her in a social, like she came to a social, and we started dancing, and we're here after a week. We dated for a week. We got in a relationship.
Wait. No, at that moment when you first two meet, was there a spark already?
okay. So
Here's what was funny.
The woman's version.
our first encounter, besides telling each other our name, we didn't speak. We danced
Uh-huh.
one song, and I didn't knew anything about bachata. It was very like my knowledge of it was very little.
Yeah.
So there was the physical attraction, obviously, but then when we danced together, I actually really liked his energy. And I called my best friend and I was like, I don't know if love at first sight is a thing, but I
Oh
think I
boy.
just fell in love.
Oh
He didn't
boy.
feel that way
For me,
because
was
he's used of
I
dancing.
have been dancing bachata for like probably like almost 10 years right now. I
Uh-huh.
started back in Uruguay where I'm from,
Yeah.
and so it's more normal for me to dance with new people that you're.
Absolutely.
But 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 it was getting to know me as
Yeah.
a person that made it clicked because it
So
was
what do you
so
mean
easy to
getting to
communicate.
know means chatting with you more or
Yeah.
spending time with you? What?
We basically went on a date right away and
Next day.
the
Okay,
personality were just
wait.
matching.
Did you do the approach or he did the approach to take you out?
He did.
Oh, I
Yeah, he
love
did
you.
the approach.
More women should
Okay.
do that.
I was seeing
Listen.
okay,
It
so
gets better. It gets better.
I was seeing a guy for about a week when I met
Uh-huh.
Patrick.
Uh-huh.
The day we met, that night I was going on a date with the guy. But at the restaurant that we were at, I was really bored. So I told him I'm going to the bathroom and I just
Yeah.
left.
Yeah.
She came to a social.
And I left and I came to the social and I literally spent the 10 minutes just trying to figure out where he was at. And then I grabbed him and I didn't let go.
Oh
That's it.
shit.
The thing is, after I met him and I was at the restaurant with the other guy, in my head, I was like, if I don't go see him, I'm gonna miss out on something. I had an instinct that was like, I need to see him again.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know that moment. I knew exactly what he was. I was like, I need to go now because tomorrow I don't know what he's
We
gonna be
didn't
at.
even exchange numbers.
I didn't have his number, nothing. So I was like, I need to see him now. So I went.
So I like zodiac signs. Okay,
Yes.
I'm gonna guess what your zodiac sign is.
Okay.
Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm gonna guess two.
Yes.
Number one, you're a Leo, or number two. Fuck, this is hard.
Yes.
You're an Aries.
I'm a Gemini.
Oh, it crossed my
But-
mind. It's
but you
either
wanna-
Gemini
You wanna know
or
something?
yeah.
My second sister is a Leo and the first one is an Aries.
Close
I
enough.
forgot
close
a
enough.
Gemini asked me out too, long time ago when I still had hair.
Yes.
But
You want to guess his?
see, I don't know him that much. He's probably a Cancer or
No.
Less emotional.
less emotional, Aquarius.
Virgo.
Oh hell.
Way less emotional.
He is less emotional. He's got a dry humor, but he
Yes.
analyzed things for sure.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
but
it.
yeah, you know,
Don't mind my OCDs.
well, OCD is a good thing.
Yes.
Actually, my wife is a good thing. She is OCD because I am absolutely disorganized.
So I'm really good at creating, and she's really good at structuring.
No.
It's a good combo.
Yeah.
It really is.
I'm organized
Yeah,
Sometimes.
for the schedule.
for
I'm
the
really
schedule.
good at making schedules.
The only thing that she's organized.
Everything else is him.
That's hilarious.
You wanna
Now,
guess who cleans the house?
so Patrick, you said that you've been dancing bachata for 10 years. What
Yes.
was the style you were dancing before Sensual?
Well, I started actually dancing Sensual.
All the time, yeah?
Yes, my instructor was a hip hop jazz dancer before getting to Sensual Bachata.
I see.
And he met Daniel Desir when they went to Uruguay, like a long time ago,
Yeah.
on the beginnings. And he started getting more into it. And from there, we started like building. He started building that training and that classes and things. And when I met him, I was actually doing Zumba classes because I was 200 something pounds, 5'8".
But wait. You were really 200 something pounds? Holy
And I was
shit,
5'9",
really?
and I was 5'9". I was like a little fridge, like a mini
Oh
fridge.
shit.
And in 2 months and a half of doing Zumba and like a diet, I lost 55 pounds, bro. That's a
Wow.
lot.
That's
Not
a lot of
healthy.
pounds,
I'm not
man.
Gonna, I'm not gonna promote the diet.
Not
because it's not
recommended,
healthy.
guys. Don't follow what he did.
What did you
Okay.
do?
I was drinking just water and eating one sandwich a day. And
So
doing-
you went extreme fasting.
on deficit. Yes, on deficit completely. and I was doing 3 hours of Zumba a day. So it's like about like 1,000 calories per
Yeah.
class. So I
Man,
was
but you were
like,
burning muscles at the same time too.
yeah, I was burning everything.
Yeah.
But and I was complementing with a sleep because I was super tired,
Yeah.
right? But I mean, it did the job, and then I started eating normal after I lost my weight. After I lost
Yeah.
the weight that I wanted, I started eating back to normal, went up a little bit, and we're good to go.
But how did you control your cravings though? Because when you lose a lot of
Sleeping,
weight right there and you're used to
sleeping.
eating a lot,
He has a willpower that
uh-huh.
is I've never seen before.
Well,
Yeah,
Virgos are goal oriented, that's for sure.
yeah.
You know.
My dad is a Virgo too. My stepmom is a Virgo, and my cousins are Virgo. We're all Virgos.
Oh, God bless you all.
Everybody had sex for New Year's.
New
Now,
Year's.
Johanna, you mentioned ballet and other good dance background before bachata. Now, the transition from that to a Latin dance called bachata, was it easier for you because of your dance foundation?
Yeah, I mean,
It is.
so
Depends for
the way it depends on everybody, but the way
Uh-huh.
I see it in my head, movement is movement. It doesn't matter what dance you're doing, an isolation is an isolation. A
Of course.
contraction is a contraction.
Yeah.
So the body movement was there. My challenge was the partner work, applying it for partner work. But you know what? It was hard when we like the first two practice that we had. And then I unlocked something. I was like, wait, this is basically contact improv.
Yeah.
This is
Pretty
this
much.
is
Pretty
this
much.
is pretty much contact improv.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
moment in my head I clicked like, okay, bachata is bachata, yes, but I can relate to something I'm used to do.
Yeah.
That's when things started like really unlocking for me. And also I was a ballerina, I was all of this and all that, but I've never felt fully in love with what I was doing. But then when I met bachata, something just felt complete.
Yeah.
you
Is
have
it
enough
is it
technique
because of
and
the
I
dancing,
music?
had
but
Is it
also
because the
that
like
style?
stamina.
the passion was there 100%.
The emotion.
Nothing was missing in my
Mm,
in my head or in my heart.
yeah.
So
Now, Patrick, when you the first time you danced with Joanna, what were you thinking? Because now I got her version. I want to know your version.
She was another beginner. She was cute. She was cute, but she barely could do a basic when we met.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's just like another dance.
Of course, yeah.
Like it, but it was good. She was cute. She was sweet. Like and after we met, when after she came back to social, was like when we started talking more and like
Yeah,
and that was when everything started making more sense
I
because it
see.
was just everything was so fast. Listen, we dated for a week. We got in a relationship.
And then you're married.
No,
wait,
even
wait, wait,
better.
wait. It gets
Even
better
it
than that.
gets so much better. It gets so much
3 weeks
better.
after?
Wait, three.
Yeah.
I just came off. I was working back before getting full time dance, and we got 2020, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, in 2020 we got into full time dancing, and before that I was working in a factory as a metal factory as a welder and polishing metal and grinding and stuff.
Sure.
And I didn't want to work there anymore after the pandemic lifestyle lockdown. I was like,
Well, hell yeah,
I
compared to
don't like
dancing
this
and
shit
everything.
anymore.
Yeah.
I don't like this anymore. And it was helping, while you build the dancing.
Yeah.
And after that I took my 2 weeks because I still had my 2 weeks from the last year.
Yeah.
Like I'm definitely not going to work anytime soon. And I went and we stayed together for those 2 weeks in her apartment in New York. She was living in Hell's Kitchen, but it was like a shoebox.
So small.
Well,
we
that's
figured
New
out.
York. All right, what do
But
you
we figured out. Yeah, we made
New
it
York
happen.
life. We made it happen.
And
And a week after when I went back home, like to go back to work, by Wednesday I told her like, listen, I don't want to do this shit anymore. I wanna quit. And so
Yeah.
like, yeah, fuck it, let's quit and let's do it. I quit, and then we
moved
find
in.
an apartment and we move in together
After a month.
Wow.
after a month. And it has
After
been
a
great.
month.
A month of dating. And
Wow.
then 7 months later he
Jeez.
proposed. And then a month after a month of
Mhm.
engagement and then married.
Okay, so
It
I'm
was
gonna
never
ask the next
doubts.
question, and the reason I'm not gonna ask Johanna is I already know when she decides something, That's it. It's 100%.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you, Patrick, when did you know that she is it?
The thing is that everything is so perfect, and it's gonna sound like cliche or whatever, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But it just makes sense. Everything. It's not hard. There's no the thing is like I feel like what helped us is that we have been stupidly honest with each other
yeah,
since day one.
yeah,
Like all the things that you never say in a first date, we said them all. We talked about our exes, who we were dating before, everything.
yeah,
So
yeah,
there was no like weird stuff, like you know what I mean?
yeah,
And like we have the same phone with the same passcode. So it's easy. No, I need her phone, she needs my phone, no problem. You know what I mean? There's nothing. We talk about whatever we want to talk, and there's nothing complicated. You
yeah,
know what I mean? The living together is easy. Yes, we headbutt here and there, like everybody, you know. We're still
yeah,
people, but
yeah.
nothing that 5 minutes after is like,
Wait, the first time that I went to the social, we went to get a drink and we were talking about what we like, and I started singing. And he stopped me and he was like, "You need to stop singing because I'm gonna marry you."
and
Oh,
she's actually a really good singer.
now, Patrick, was that a line or that was sincere or what? Or you were just,
Both. I like singing. Singing hits me. Hits a little different. It's just I don't know. It has something different.
see,
As a dancer, I don't know.
I can relate to what you guys go through because that's how I met my wife. My wife was hired to assist me teaching
Uh-huh.
in Reno, long time ago, of course.
Yeah.
Um, and in my mind, it's like, who the hell is this woman? You know. And then
A
ri-
random woman who has to teach.
that night, I told my friends, "Hey, we're gonna go to a hip hop club. Tell her to go to a hip hop club." And when I met her,
Fully
we
committed already.
danced. We danced a lot, blah blah blah, and we had. I thought that we had a chemistry,
Uh-huh.
and then you know how it is with certain teachers with a big ego, and at that time, I
Yes.
was
You were
I
there.
was young as a man, and I had a big ego, meaning I don't want to say this because it's gonna come out as arrogant. I've always got what I wanted.
Yeah. I mean, it is what
That's
it
not
is.
arrogant.
Because
That's
But
at
tell
that
her
time,
about it.
there were only few bachata teachers at that time.
Makes sense.
So,
Makes
you
sense.
know,
Yes.
and so I
You
said,
pulled this. You pulled
she
the
dropped me at
teacher
my
straight.
hotel, and I said, "Hey, you want to go to my room, some coffee?" Fucking lame line, right?
Let's
She
go to like a
said,
private
and I
bachata lesson.
quote, it's like, "Oh, that's nice. Okay, bye." And so I was quite taken by that and response, like, what the fuck just happened? It's like I just got rejected. And so when I went back to Reno, I didn't live in Reno at that time. I lived in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Lived there all my life. I went back to Reno and then told her personally, I said, I visited you today, but then I'm gonna come back again because I'm going to pursue you like a motherfucker.
He was
And then you know
committed
what
for
she
the
said?
girl.
And then what she said,
Right.
"Oh, that's nice. Okay, bye." But then,
Keep trying.
We dated. It was a long distance thing. We dated, and then one day she moved to San Francisco. I helped her move in her apartment, and I never left.
You helped her move in her apartment and you never left with her.
Never left. I
Good play. Good play.
never went back to my own place. I was still paying the rent, but I never went back there. And
That's nice.
it was just going with the flow, just kind of like what you guys do. It's
Yeah.
just, hey, oh shit, we live together. One day we
Oh,
go,
well,
oh shit, we're married.
yeah. It just makes sense. It's like
It made
easy.
sense. It's like a perfect fit.
Yeah. It's just like even dance, we relate a lot, and like we're both hardworking. Like we're
Oh, I
both
see that.
training. We're both ready to train. We both ready to push. It's not one dragging the other. It's like and we're lucky that we have the same goals, right?
Good. Yeah.
So it's easier, and we work similar. So it's like we have a similar work ethic. So it's easy. It's like we get along really good on the relationship part, but we
Yeah.
also get a really good on the work side. You know?
Yeah, that's good. The chemistry is obvious, of course, when you guys teach workshop together and when you guys dance together. The way you look at each other, the chemistry, because that's kind of hard to pull it off if you're not together.
Yeah,
If that makes sense, Um,
really good actor.
yeah, but I was looking. You posted a lot of videos on Instagram already, not so much in YouTube, and I'm a YouTube guy. And so I was looking
Mhm.
around because I was gonna do the newsletter, and I was gonna promote every artist with a video, and I
Uh-huh.
came across a performance you guys did. I don't know how many years that was, but it was a good
Which one?
performance. Um,
Which one?
I don't know, but you guys were doing footwork also. Uh,
On
What
a
are we
green dress?
wearing?
black,
Suit?
not suit, black
Black and green.
dancer's outfit, dance
Black and
performance
green.
outfit.
Probably was a
Black and green, the green dress from
yeah,
Denver at the CBS.
Probably,
yeah,
probably,
Yeah,
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 yeah.
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 It was not the last duet, the one before that.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. I liked it, so I posted that, and
Uh-huh.
Thank you
I
so
look
much.
for in my artists. It's not just the way you guys teach; it's the way you guys perform, the techniques you're teaching. Uh, it's one thing to teach it; it's another thing to execute it.
So
Because your student look up to you that way, and that's what I find. I was talking to Anna like many months ago when she inquires like, "Hey, we want to go to Vegas. Why? Because I like Vegas." She said.
that sounds like Anna.
I love Anna.
That sounds like Anna. Yes.
Yeah, I love Vegas. It's like,
Yes.
okay, bring me quality teachers then, and that's when I got to know you guys. When Anna suggests something, whether it's a DJ or um, teachers, I trust it because those are the teachers she brings into her event.
Yes.
So it's like, okay, you want to split flight with this, and then if we didn't like an artist uh, due to certain
Uh-huh.
flaws, we both know about it. you
Yeah,
know
for
and,
sure.
and I could confirm and she could confirm. But I appreciate that you guys are coming to Vegas. I'm excited about it.
We're super
We
excited.
appreciate you
It's
having
a new
us.
city for us, and like
Is it your first time?
yes,
Are you serious? First time in
yes,
Vegas?
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, wow. Okay,
And it's
well,
gonna be his birthday week.
Close, close. That week is
yeah,
gonna be my birthday. Yes,
yeah, it's gonna be your birthday week. That's exciting. Well, you
it's
can
gonna be
never
fun.
be bored in Vegas. You can never be bored in Vegas, ever.
We'll go out.
Yeah, she's a Gemini. She gets bored easily, but you will never be bored in Vegas. That's for sure. So many things to do, man. So many
No,
things
that's
to do. So many things to see. You know. What are you guys planning to teach? Are you guys teaching 2 or 3 workshops? I know we haven't talked about that yet, but
I don't know if we
That's a
have
good
talked about.
question.
Let me know
You let us know how many
how it
you
yeah,
goes.
I
want.
tell you what. What is your favorite workshop to teach?
So
Oof, it's hard.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
That's a tough
so
question.
if
man.
for example we focus a lot on the social dancing
Uh huh.
because that's like here,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
especially for me. For example, I like performing, especially with her,
Yeah.
but I'm not a performer at heart. You know what I
I
mean?
see. Uh huh.
I love teaching and I love social dancing. That's where I live at.
That's okay.
She's a
She
little
will
more.
push you. She's definitely a performer.
Yes. I don't know if you can tell.
It's her personality. Yeah.
Yes. A little sparkly.
Yeah.
I feel like we don't like to teach big patterns. We like to focus on a smaller one, but with a lot of details and a lot of technique.
Yeah, less 8
Yeah,
counts
yeah.
and more depth
Because
on the technique of it.
Going to events and talking with our students that go to congresses, talking with other people, we have realized that a lot of people, they teach you
A choreography more.
a choreography or they teach you a pattern, but they miss the essential information,
Yeah.
which is not styling,
Yeah.
it is connection and grips.
Yeah.
Grips, technique,
So,
transitioning.
so musicality and styling come after. So
Yeah.
you need to teach them, but I consider them a more intermediate class than a beginner class.
For us, we have like a little graphic that like you have the amount of 8 counts they want and then
Yeah.
the depth on technique, right?
Yeah.
So we try to shorten up the 8 counts so we can go more in depth on technique.
Yeah.
And we always tell them like, guys, if you don't learn the how and why we do things and not just memorize the pattern because you're not learning much.
Yeah.
And sometimes like we know we talk a lot, but it's because we see you just for an hour or two this a weekend, but we're trying to give you as much information and value for you to take home and work by yourself and or with a partner
Yeah.
to grow that your dance. If you learn just the pattern from our class, you didn't learn much. But if you learn a concept, that is going to change everything that you already do, that's when you take a lot of value from us and take the most advantage out of us.
And then we're both really into footwork.
Yes.
We're really into footwork hardcore, like not even men and ladies styling, just footwork.
Good.
Pure footwork.
So we love to teach that because we're very strong believer that the more sophisticated you are with your feet, the better you are leading.
And our movement comes from the ground, how we step the ground. So as sophisticated you get, as sophisticated your movement is gonna get upstairs.
Well, bachata pretty much comes from the ground, and
not
too many many teachers emphasize that, but it does come from the ground. It is planted from the ground, and it goes up.
Totally. Even salsa too. So it's like
Latin dance
in general. I feel like it's grounded.
In general, yeah.
And so for us, that's what we look for, is giving the most amount of value to people when we see them for that hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, depending the event. And give them something is not going to change. It's not just a pattern. It's something that's going to change their whole dance, whatever they do.
Yeah.
What if they're beginner or more advanced, but something that is say like, oh, I never thought about this stuff.
Yeah.
That's something that I like.
In other words, instead of giving them fish, you teach them how to fish.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because
it's not the goal of growing the community is not to have people looking like Daniel and Desiree or people looking like Sarah and Marco or looking like us. The goal is that everybody gets better at their own technique so we can get more creative and keep evolving the dance.
Absolutely.
Plus, after you have the technique, after the technique is there, then it's just your character. And when you have the tools, you can create your own patterns or your own, like,
you can
drawings, your own drawings, adding your personality and your character into it. And not just copy pasting what we do or what somebody else do.
Yeah, I agree. I am that's my pet peeve because I was a teacher first before promoter,
Totally.
And so I went all over Europe for many years with my partner. And my pet peeve is when I hire people at my festivals. Number one, they don't get invited back. Because my pet peeve is when you
I love the giggle after that.
When you don't teach concept and you just teach move. One of the reasons I started Bachata Festival in the USA and not Salsa Congress is because I hated Salsa Congress, because it's all, okay, here's what I do. Now you do it. Are you serious? Are you serious? And if they do it, and if they got it an hour, after like 8 hours, they have forgotten it already,
Yeah, for sure. You never remember. Past the night, you're not going to remember the pattern.
There's only a very few salsa instructors that teach you.
That's, for example, salsa instructor. I enjoy a lot Frankie Martinez. And he's good. He's like, you go to his classes, your brain comes out melted of like concepts and like the way of thinking about things,
You know where he got that? He used to be a karate teacher,
Yeah, me too. I did 10 years of martial arts.
No, him, Fernando Sosa.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love taking classes with Fernando Sosa. And then Karen and Ricardo, for performance workshop, when they help you like finding your personality within your own performance. I really enjoyed their workshop.
Yeah, one of the best background for teaching, especially partner dancing, it's either ballroom or martial arts. Not too many people know this because the body mechanics, we're very familiar with body mechanics, what they're there for. Why are you doing this? What's causing this?
Yeah. I did 3 years of Shotokan karate. I did Aikido too. And then I did 4 years of mixed martial arts.
Good.
So I like well-rounded and like, like gripping, grappling, and also how the body works as a whole to be able to do all this stuff. So it's like, it's, you have to know your body in order to do this stuff. You know?
Yeah, I studied both styles, soft and
Yeah.
hard, in martial arts.
Yeah.
So whether it was Tai Chi or whether it was Shorin-ryu karate,
Yeah.
where I got my black belt when I was 13,
Nice.
you could you hard and soft. Now, if it wasn't Bruce Lee for me to
Yeah.
combine both, I wouldn't have known that, to
Exactly.
combine both. And then I started dancing. I was like, well, what the fuck? This makes sense. This is both hard and soft, you know.
Yes.
So
Totally.
yeah, the partnering thing. It's almost like a fighting. It's almost like the thing about fighting is that when you
It's
know
aimed
the
differently.
concept of fighting on every angle right there, it's like dancing.
Yeah.
Whether you're following your lead in every angle, you are
Mhm.
adaptable to it, which
Totally.
very impressive.
And it changes your discipline, especially if you want to be an instructor. Your discipline, the way you think about things,
Yeah.
and how you approach, like other concepts and things. It helps. It helps a lot.
What is the most challenging for you both when you're teaching a beginner?
Finding
What it makes sense
what
for
their
them.
brain is going to relate to, because the problem is there's things that make sense for us, and there's things that are going to make sense for you, and there's things that are going to make sense for other people.
Absolutely.
And each beginner is very important that when they start, you find what works for them, because that's how you're going to make them click. And then after
Yeah.
that, you just keep going back to what they
They
relate
know.
to.
For example, I had one student that he was a boxer, so like I could find things that were similar within boxing to dance to make him understand the feel of it,
Mhm.
to be able to like get to, oh, I know this. It's not that hard, so I can use this for dance. Oh, that makes sense. I started looking for things, or like jumping, like the feeling of jumping is similar to being grounded, for
Yeah.
example. Like when you get ready to jump, when you're like pressing into the floor about to jump, that is really similar of the one being grounded. So that helps them. Oh, I know how to jump. So being
Yeah.
grounded is not that complicated.
Yeah.
Like it makes
Yeah.
sense now.
Or
So
like
what's your ways to figure that out though? I mean, how do you
Teaching.
unlock it?
conversation, communication.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So we ask them precisely, what is it that you need help understanding? Or is there a concept here that you're confused about? And then depending on the answer, the way they answer, what they say,
Yeah.
and how confused they sound, we figure out a way to make it work.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
and then other things that we always like to get to know our students. Like we know in festivals a little bit harder, but like we spend, like a lot of our students spend Christmas with us, New Year. We hang out like after class. We stay for like an
Absolutely, yeah.
hour, half
They
an
they are
hour.
babies, they're family.
They're
No,
like
absolutely, yeah.
But
we always hang out with them, and like they're our friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because when you do this for a living, you know, like you don't have a life outside
No,
outside of dance.
that's
You
the
don't.
only life you have, pretty much.
Yeah,
Because
especially
the
if you
life
want to
you
do it
have
for a living.
happens there in the school, in the festival. You go home, what do? You sleep.
Yes.
that's it.
I would say you die for a minute.
Yeah.
Sleeping is too late for that.
But
Yeah.
that's why in congresses, when we teach beginners, we use concepts that we know everybody is gonna get.
Yeah.
Yeah, after teaching for
Like,
a bunch of years, like it makes you start finding the things that most of the people is gonna
Right.
relate to.
for example, to explain lead and follow, I always say the lead is your GPS. You're the car, you're gonna drive your own car. He's not driving the car for you. He's giving you a direction, and then you follow it. But the problem is a lot of people, they see it as, oh, he's driving you, so he's walking you right and left, and it doesn't work like that. You're in control of what you're doing. You're a human person. You're a person. You're not like an object being moved.
It's so funny you say that, Johanna, because that's exactly what I say in my class. Leaders, you're the driver of the car. Followers, you're the passenger. Now, leaders, if you're the driver of the car and you want to go to a certain city and you're lost, never tell the passenger you're lost. Because when you tell the passenger you're lost, she
They'll
loses
freak out.
confidence in you and she start backseat driving. And then you both die because you get into an accident.
Yes, but also I I always encourage my follow to make them. We have the responsibility to make the lead feel comfortable with us too. It doesn't
Absolutely.
work just one way.
Yeah.
So it's very important when you start dancing with somebody, especially beginner leads, to make them feel confident and comfortable. Smile, be polite. Don't even if you're not even if you
We
don't
have
like
had
the dance or if you're bored, whatever, it doesn't matter. Don't make them feel it because out of respect, they're trying.
Yeah.
They're dancing.
we have
Not
had
just that,
students.
because once you even give a hint that you don't trust the leader
It's
anymore in the
over.
dance floor, it's gone.
Yeah,
Confidence is
It
out
can
of the
never
window.
be resurrected in that song. Yeah.
guys, it's
So so we had one of our students that came to us because he had a problem that his spine it got fused,
Yeah.
a big accident, and also like a condition that fuses his articulations. So he struggles a little more than other people, right? But he's really trying. He's trying to learn, come to classes, and he started want to take privates with us because when we ask him what do you want to work on, it's like, no, I have a follow saying that I should take classes, and because I'm not good, and like and it's like they always roll their eyes and like stuff like super mean stuff, you know what I mean? It's like I want when I dance with somebody that they have fun and feel good. So it hurt me a little bit, like it chipped my heart a little bit, you know what I mean? Because I know I've been there at some point, like everybody, I guess, like somebody like being mean, like, and I know some of the girls that said that, and they're beginners, you know what I mean? So like sometimes you dance like as an instructor, you know that you dance with somebody, and like um you can compensate for the lack of the technique of the follow, right?
That's what makes you good.
Yeah,
That's what makes you
you
good
know
as a
how to
dancer.
block and how to assist enough
Yeah.
to make them look good, right?
Yeah.
But a beginner, they don't know how to do that. And so in the follower head, it's like, oh, when I dance with Patrick or with him, then no problems, right? And but when I dance with you, like everything goes bad. So you are the problem. And it's that we are helping out, like assisting, you know what I mean? So that's a big problem that we see a lot, that
A
that
lot.
follows things that they already know after two
Yeah.
classes. And not everybody, but like
Yeah.
a lot of people.
leads or follow. It goes both ways. My thing is learning is a process. You didn't learn math in a day. Took you years of school.
I still
This is
haven't
the
learned it, but
this is the same thing.
Same.
And everybody has a different process, and we were all beginners, and we have to respect each other regardless of our levels of
You gotta
dancing.
be
We're all
respectful.
people.
You gotta be
Like
respectful as a
it
human
doesn't matter
being.
that you're an instructor, a performer, or a student. We're all equal.
Being
you
respectful
know,
as a human being.
in my 25 years of teaching, it is that it's the way you treat your students, and it's also the way you change their lives. Their lives has changed because of you, because of the example you've shown them, and because of the philosophies you taught them. Um,
Totally.
I I could relate to those beginners that you're talking about because I see a lot of that, uh, especially in today's world with a lot of TikTok and social media where
Yeah.
anybody wants to learn from online or by watching couples and all of that.
Yeah.
Those are good, but there's
If
a
you have
place
the
for that.
technique to learn from it.
Yeah, there is a place for that. But teaching beginners is one of the most rewarding things I've ever done in my 25 years of teaching. Teaching
Totally.
advanced people is the worst thing I've ever done. What you want to know why? Because for me,
They already know.
teaching advanced is just making up shit. For
Yeah.
me, you want to learn my material, then you want to learn the way I dance. That's advanced. Okay.
Yeah.
But you want to learn the basic? Well, let's go here.
Yeah.
This basic is the foundation. This basic will make you do all of those things that you see in the
Yeah.
social dance floor with other people. And I, I it saddens me that from when I started dancing in the 1980s to this day, with beginners treatment and all that has not changed. You know,
That's the saddest part.
only
It's
few
because
instructors, that
I feel like there's a big problem, like, of egos and stuff
of
in
course,
as a whole in the dancing.
yeah.
You travel 2 3 times and people get like, oh, I'm the shit, right? And it's like, guys, you know.
it's the responsibility of the instructors to educate the community.
Absolutely.
So that's something that is so obvious.
Yeah.
Every places that we go, the community
Looks like instructors.
reflects the instructor. So you gotta like, if your teacher doesn't teach you humbleness nor respect, we cannot expect the community to be like that.
Because sometimes we even lose the students because we weed those that kind of people out. Like we don't like the people that with that energy. We don't. I rather lose a student than mess up the whole environment that we have there. That it's like nice, humble, and like
Mm.
and like
Well,
like full of friendship.
it's really hard to have a bad morale in the studio,
Exactly.
So
But not even just that. It's my logic is, this is a business, right? Your money is not worth more than his money on that hers money. What is going to be worth more
Agreed.
is who you are as a person.
yeah, yeah.
I'd rather lose those $20 on my class, but the energy is going to be great and
Mhm.
everybody has respect for each other, than
Yeah.
making 20, 40, 60 more dollar, but it's just going to be nasty around us.
Yeah.
For that's something big for us because it's we like that family environment and even Sensual movement as a whole, like it started as a family too,
Yeah.
And Anna is like our second mom.
Well,
Yeah.
when you're a teacher, and then when you have a team also, you are the father, you are the big sister, you are the grandfather, you are
Yeah.
the teacher from hell. You are also caring, nurturing, and all of the other things because you're practically raising a kid.
Yeah.
Practically raising a kid.
Yeah.
Yes.
A bachata kid.
Yeah, bachata kid. That is, and so,
Yeah.
uh, you know,
But yeah.
you'll encounter more of that. But I've always said this, guys, in my audience. I've always said this: a good teacher would dance with a beginner, and that beginner would feel like $1,000,000 because the teacher made him or her or them look good. You
Yeah.
know, you really want to know if you're a good dancer. You really want to know if you're advanced. Dance with a beginner. Let's see what happens. Let's
Yeah.
see what happens.
I agree 100%.
Totally.
Yeah.
And for us it's big because we love social dancing and we dance with everyone
I
and
love
we
social.
don't care.
Until what time of the social in Vegas?
6
Okay, we're
a.m.,
good.
ladies and
Great. We're
gentlemen.
good.
Okay, let's do it.
All good.
That's Vegas. Come on, man.
We don't
Let's do
do
it.
4 a.m. We do 6 or 8.
That's what we used to do in Uruguay.
I used to do 6 a.m. In San Francisco back then when hotels allow it. But now there's only one festival that does until 6 a.m. in San Francisco, and that's in a Hyatt hotel. But I don't want to do it there because they're already doing it there. I do it at
Yeah.
Marriott. Marriott implemented, at least 80% of all the hotels in Marriott implemented, you cannot go past 12 a.m. That sucks, right? But I think we found something somewhere close to the airport that at least they could allow me to dance until 4 a.m. Yeah,
That's cool.
it's not bad.
Hey, that's
It's
cool.
not bad. Yeah, at
It's
least
not hard.
in Hawaii you can't go past 1 o'clock.
Wow.
But my hotel in Hawaii allows me to dance until 3 or 4 a.m.
That's cool.
So
That's
that's a
so
good too. One of
yeah.
these days you guys are gonna come to Hawaii. Have you ever been to Hawaii?
No, we haven't ever.
Guys, you guys haven't been anywhere, or it's just
We're
Europe?
working. We live in New York. We have to work.
This is true. New York is a different beast.
Why do you think that we're going to Houston is much better?
Oh well, it's much better there. It's definitely bigger and
More forgiving than
more
New York.
calm, more
Yeah.
calm, and you won't have any problem with COVID restrictions.
No, it's not a thing. It's like Florida. We fall out of the stage, nothing happened.
Yeah, and one thing that amazes me, guys, is that I've been dancing bachata since when no one liked it. Okay,
Yeah.
and what amazes me is that we have this different community. I know a lot of people in the moderna style. I know a lot of people in the traditional style, but I am just beginning to be in the loop or on the loop with sensual stylist. Vice versa. Even the sensual artist doesn't know some of the artists from traditional and some of the artists in moderna. That
Yeah.
saddens me. Why? Because
It's one community.
at first we were divided.
Yeah.
At first
It's
we
like
were
Salsa 1 and Salsa 2.
so, do you remember that? Oh my
Yes.
God. I was just And then you go to New York, I was like, do you dance on one or on two? It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And they're dancing on two naturally, you know?
Yeah. It's
Mambo,
hilarious.
why do you want me to
Yeah.
tell you?
It's
Like
hilarious.
in the Dominican Republic, when the first time I taught it, they were saying, you could actually teach our dance. I didn't know it can be taught. Yeah. It's
The
like,
best for me,
okay.
we were dancing in a restaurant once,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Oh, are you Cuban?" Because we were dancing salsa that day. It's like, no, no. Oh, you dance really good for not being Cuban. It's like,
Jeez, hey, that's like saying, hey, your accent is not so bad
we're
for
not
me.
American.
You know, it's like, come on, man, what are you talking about? You know,
Listen, when we go to congresses, everybody thinks I'm Colombian.
really?
They all speak to me in Spanish. They all think, and then I'm telling them I'm French, and they're like,
That makes no sense.
"He
So
does
okay,
bachata."
okay, let me tell you my impression of you when I didn't know your heritage
For
yet.
countries.
For one
Yeah.
thing, Patrick, I thought he's Russian. His accent, you know. Okay, now Johanna.
I get Italian a lot.
Yeah, before I listened to you talk, because of the name Johanna, I thought you're African. Johanna is Johanna name is famous for African names,
I'm a
and you
little
know.
African kid.
I mean, I am. I'm half.
See, that's it.
She's
That's
half
the reason the
African.
name is Johanna. But
You should hear my second name,
And the third. She had 3 names.
what?
She
You
had
have
3
three names.
names.
What's the other names?
Iman.
Iman. Oh,
And
that's
the
a
second one
Moroccan name.
is
Yeah.
is Moroccan. So the way my parents set up my names is I have a Jewish name, a Muslim name, and a Catholic name.
Wow.
So Johanna in Hebrew means grace of God. Iman is a goddess of nature, and Mary is the Virgin Mary. It doesn't get any more Catholic than that.
Doesn't get any more than that. Yeah.
So there you go.
Well, I have 4 names.
4? Okay, what are
Rafael,
they?
Rafael, Rodney, Diaz, Aquino, Junior. Maybe
Junior.
5.
But Diaz Aquinos are your last names, though, right?
Aquino is my last name. Diaz is my mom's last name.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you have 2 last
Rafael,
names.
Yeah, so you have 2
Rafael is
names
my
and 2 last
father's
names.
name. Yeah.
Plus Junior.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Plus
For me,
Junior.
it's like, mine is Patrick Kevin Mosso Altes.
Kevin, you cannot do more white than that.
No, you cannot
Kevin.
be more.
Come on,
Patrick
Kevin.
and Kevin.
The dude is Latino and his second name is Kevin.
I stand corrected. He is not Russian, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, his first name is Irish.
Yeah, the first name
Where
is
did your
Irish for
parents
sure.
pick that one up?
Patrick Swayze and Kevin Costner's.
Patrick is very famous for Irish name, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Now,
the thing is that my parents like love movies, and then
Yeah.
Patrick Swayze and Kevin Costner was like the thing back then. So it's like great,
yeah,
I like
nobody puts baby in a corner, that's for sure.
right?
Yeah. I'm not gonna ask him his favorite movie because I'm scared for our kids.
You know, the thing is that now, I'm sure you're older than Johanna, right, Patrick? Or
Yes, yes, yes.
okay, so
A lot older.
Shut
oh
up.
no, you can't beat me because when I meet Isidra, my wife, we didn't ask our ages. It's like what the fuck are you saying? You date someone, you ask for our age? That's rude, right?
Yeah,
And so we never know until we live together. I am now 56.
yes.
She's 36. We've been together for
Oh,
14
wow.
years.
That's
Aw.
a
We've been together
lot.
for 14 years.
Yeah, it's not
Like-
not that much. Yeah.
Age means nothing.
No, and I was like, holy shit, you're 20 years younger than me.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm walking out the door.
Too
My
late.
first
We were
question
both
would be
already.
like-
We were both already in love. What the fuck?
Listen,
Can't do anything about
my
it.
first question would be like, you legally in the do?
No, you know what she
I-
said? You're like 5 years younger than my mom.
It'll be dating my mom instead of me.
Oh my god!
Patrick,
But-
you're okay.
But you know, that's what love is.
Yes, we have 7
I've
years.
always said this: when love comes to you, you can't.
You don't get to
pick it,
choose.
You can't control it. It's just right there. You have no choice. You
Beats
just
you
go
up.
with the flow. Yeah.
You don't
Beats you up
decide.
and tells you, well, this is what it is now.
Yeah, yeah. It's a power. It's the most powerful thing I've ever encountered.
For sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
What do you guys do to enhance your skills besides teaching? Do you guys practice on your own?
As right now, we are practicing and always trying to come up with new stuff. But we're also training with Danny and Desiree.
Oh,
We just
good.
finished yesterday instructor training with them. And then we take privates with them when we see them, and then us trying to, like, get better and better and better.
And I think we'll get trying to get challenging with our performances. Like the next one that you'll see in Vegas is different. And
Oh,
we're taking a
good.
risk.
Different routine, new routine in Vegas. Yay.
Yes.
Are you
We're taking a
debut?
risk.
As they go, are you debuting it in Vegas or something?
I think we're doing a soft. No, we're doing a soft debut at the CBX first.
Oh yeah, they always do that. They that's as a practice. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to
need
run
at least
it
1 or 2 times before.
because,
Like,
for example, the CBX, it's a congress we've been to before.
Yeah.
So the stake or they're high, but they're less high. Vegas, because it's our first time.
And
For
new
us, there's
people,
a
new
lot of
environment,
pressure of like
Oh
we want to
God,
do
DCBX
things.
is like
but-
the biggest
Huge.
bachata festival in the world.
Yeah, but exactly. We want to put because then when we go to a new city that we don't know, we're more like, okay, that's it. It's fine. It's relaxed. But yeah, we're taking a risk with the next performance.
It's okay.
It's gonna be different. It's gonna be slightly different.
Gringuito would still love you guys no matter what. Yeah.
We love Gringuito. We love
Lee was at my very first bachata festival in the USA with his I think wife or girlfriend.
Cat. Yes.
Not cat.
Okay, the X one.
Because around that was around 2009, and at that time there was no congresses of bachata yet, and so and ever since at that time we have mutual respect for each other. He invited me at his festival. I invited him at my festival. He's one of the first one who do magic tricks during shows at bachata congresses. Yeah, yeah.
I've seen it.
Oh my God! But all right,
Good stuff. It's a parody, kind of like a parody.
Where do you see Bachata Sensual in 5 years in the United States?
Big. Gonna be big.
Hopefully,
What's the vision? I know you guys are close to Anna. What's the vision for Central movement?
So for now, I think like we have already a lot of events.
we can't really say everything, but there is definitely a really big vision of growing Central Bachata here.
Yeah, Anna likes to do things all the way.
I think the first priority of the company and of us is quality of instructors.
Absolutely, yeah.
Make sure that the instructors that we have in the United States are high quality. Because we do need it in order to keep evolving the community.
Like the instructors have to grow their technique and their quality before growing the community's quality. Because you gotta keep, it's like martial arts. The people has been there for longer. You gotta keep going up in belts. So the people that's younger have somebody to help them keep growing.
And then making sure that our events are
the best quality
best quality possible that we can give to people and keep on improving each event that we do. And then try to represent Sensual movement as far as we can in the US internationally. Like that's something that we really want to do is take the US style that we have around the world and start making it that's the US Sensual Bachata.
Good.
You have the European style and you have the US
right
style.
now there's no Sensual Bachata couple like D&D that is 100% in US.
In the USA, no. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So
well,
that's kind of like our goal right now. Is like keep training and getting better and better and see how far we can go with this.
Oh, I like that vision though, and I support that vision. And the way I would support that vision is that one of these days, United States doesn't need to invite the Europeans, not because we don't like to invite them.
Exactly.
If we ever invite them during that time, it's because
a choice,
of appreciation. I want United States Central movement to stand on its own.
Yeah.
When attendees is like, hey, Patrick and Johanna will be there. Oh yeah, I'm going. Instead of Daniel and Desiree will be. I can't go because Daniel and Desiree is not there.
Exactly.
So I want to see that in the United States because, of course, it's a very big possibility because in Bachata modern world, Ataka
Mhm.
Aliman are from United States.
Yes,
Bachata Traditional, Georgette is from United States.
yes,
So Europe has done Sensual for a long time, and that's where it's originated. But now I think that is gonna balance it out. I think.
exactly. I
So
think it's needed in US, but like it's gonna take
I
time because
agree.
it's much newer, you know.
I agree.
And
It's needed in here, but at the same time, I'd liked the three worlds. I know modern and traditional is almost like one now, but I like
yeah,
the three worlds to get to
just
know
start
each other.
fusing more.
fuse,
I
yeah.
like the three worlds to be united like that.
Even for example, for us, like we were taking instructor training with Danny and Desiree, and then they were teaching us about like history of the bachata musicality, traditional, like the movement of the traditional and everything because they think even when we do sensual, they think that it's super important to keep the roots clean and clear that we
You have
know
to.
even if we don't dance that style, we know about it because it's the beginning of everything, yeah.
Well, to be a good social dancer, you are able to dance everything.
Yeah,
I came from international ballroom where we danced everything. Yeah, in
yeah,
social, you
you
name
have
it,
to.
we dance everything. Yeah, hustle, nightclub, cha cha cha, you name it. Waltz, you
Yeah,
name it. It was required for us, but I appreciate that foundation because I
because
bring that concept to the Latin world. It's like, hey, you should know how to be able to dance merengue. You should know how to be able to dance salsa, bachata. Oh, which style in bachata? Oh, I can dance the three of them.
both, yeah, three of them.
Yeah. So that's my desire. I like that vision for Central Movement USA because indeed, the famous names for Sensual is not there in the United States, but I think it's
We'll
on the
get there.
verge and
We'll
for a
get there.
very short time.
Yeah, I think we're in a big transition time right now.
Agreed.
Mhm.
Agreed.
Everything because for example, D&D and all these people they don't want to travel as much because they have been doing it already for
They
13,
have a
14
little one
years.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, and they want to have a second little one, but
Oh
like
my God. Okay, then they're not gonna travel as much anymore. Yeah.
exactly. So now they're traveling because COVID and stuff, but like they don't want to travel as much. And of course after 13, 14, 15 years, like traveling the amount of they are booked for 4 or 5 years every weekend, so it gets it's tough. And you don't get to have a life anymore. Not even a dancing life. It's just
I
traveling.
trust me. When I was young and traveling all over the world, at first year I liked it. Second year I hated it.
Yeah.
I get especially the moment I get to the airport. It's probably
The
the most
airports
annoying
airports
moment.
are
Yeah.
are airports are a different beast. But
Different
for example,
or
we
not
love
to
it.
mention the plane,
We
different
enjoy it.
place you fly in.
Yeah. Yeah, we enjoy it. We enjoy traveling. We enjoy like all this stuff. And that's right now is our goal to like see if we can at some point be that sensual bachata couple.
Yeah.
And well, you gotta always aim as high as you can, and then you see where you fall. But like, um, we were aiming as like, let's see how far we can go with this. I
Oh,
don't
you
know.
you go for as long as you pursue it. And my best
Yeah,
advice to you guys is enjoy it as much as you can because those things don't
totally.
last. But what I can tell you in this industry, what would last is being a good teacher. It doesn't matter what age you are going to be.
Yes.
Students will literally travel to see you to learn from you.
Eddie Torres is the best example for it. Out here,
Absolutely.
people travel and live here for 6, 7, 8 months
Yeah.
just to learn from him.
Oh, I used
So
to
it's
take
like,
it. I used to take a Sunday class when I lived in New York.
yeah.
Oh my God, that
So that's our goal at the
yeah,
end. Like
yeah.
the end goal, maybe have a studio or something like that. But right now, since we're young, it's still well, she's younger. We can still like I look young, but it's like I'm almost 30, and uh, it hurts like 30 already. I have to say though.
Oh, come on! You're telling a 56-year-old man that. Come on, that's
But it's
nothing,
good. It's
man.
good stuff. Good stuff. And we're joking, but like it's fun. But yeah, we want to just travel and see how far our skills let us go, and like and keep training and keep improving, and like
Keep training, keep honing your craft because at the
so,
end of the day, it's your craft. It's your style. It's
yeah,
it's your branding. And once
exactly.
you develop that, you're gonna enjoy it for a while.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
Where can they find you guys on IG?
So our page is Patrick and Johanna dot
Not official.
official.
Patrick is Patrick. Y like in Spanish.
Patrick
Y.
E. Johanna. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sí,
Johanna is supposed takes
with
an
the
H.
H. Johha.
She likes it complicated.
It's not. I
I'm
didn't choose my
joking.
name.
Not official.
Patrick E.
and
Johanna
Johanna.
official. Okay.
Not
Yeah,
official.
and
Not
then
official. Yes.
obviously Central Women USA page, Central Movement school page.
Sensual Movement and then Sensual Movement USA page.
Yes.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sensual Movement has a lot of followers. So
Yes.
if you want to get updated with all of these events, because their events are all over in the East Coast, and you find a lot of that, especially the Central Movement events there. And then, of course, Johanna and Patrick are now traveling all over the United States. Hopefully, I can invite them to the Bay Area one of these days. Uh, Maybe after Vegas, we'll plan it where you guys could do a boot camp or something.
Sounds good.
Especially now that you're into concepts. Now you're playing my music. You know, I love concepts.
Yeah, it's fun.
In anything, whether I'm playing the piano or whether how to punch, I love concepts. You know, and so
Takes you to different places, more exploring.
absolutely, man. And Facebook, same thing.
Facebook, we don't use it as much, but Patrick Mozo and Johanna Pelaha.
I know it's for old people like me.
No, we use
The
we
problem
use
with
it, but like,
Facebook is because we have separated accounts.
Yeah.
Is harder to manage. It's easier with IG because we only have one page.
You do know that I still have a MySpace account, right?
oh wow, she
I
wasn't
have
born
like
by then.
I have like
was no.
so
Don't
here's the
worry.
bad thing about this.
My sister had it.
I have
but I didn't.
13,000 followers on that MySpace page,
Yeah.
and I don't know the damn password. I can't sign on. I've forgotten it.
And the email probably connected to that too.
Which probably is closed now.
Yes, a Hotmail or something like
It's
that.
hilarious, man. But who is
Or,
your
do you remember MSN Messenger? MSN Messenger?
MSM? I remember AOL.
Yes.
What was it?
You
I
were
wasn't
born. You
born.
weren't
I
born
wasn't
by
born.
then, baby.
AOL. Whenever you hear that voice, you got mail.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my
Sorry,
God, I'm so old. You
Almost
know,
digital.
Joanna, you were born in the 2000s, right? Year,
No,
right?
1999.
Oh, okay. You're right at the border. It
And she
freaks me
says so
out to
proud. And
hear.
she says it's so proud.
I'm not
Dude.
2000, baby.
It freaks me out to hear that, when I look at their birthdays and it's 2021, what is it? 2009 or 2001. It's like, what the fuck? It
Yeah, but
still
if you
freaks
think
me
about
out.
it, I'm 1999 and I'm 23. Like it's born 2022, like it's
God,
just,
Lord. Yeah.
well, almost a full-on generation
Yeah.
past the 90s.
Really. I mean, and I love it. I'm glad because I've been through that from generation to generation, the evolution of the dance. I've learned to appreciate the evolution. I used to be the one who talked shit about traditional, and it's like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do it. Why are you doing this? But that's what artist is being about. That's what art is being about, and it all
Nice.
evolves because skills and innovation just goes forward. It never go
Yeah.
backward, and so.
You always
Yeah.
gotta keep evolving. If things don't evolve, they die.
But
Like
as a,
human beings.
Oh
as
yeah.
a teacher,
Oh, yeah.
it's very important to be open. I mean, at least for me, it's very important to be open to learning new things and be corrected.
Well, there is that story about a karate expert who went to the monastery in Shaolin and wanted to learn from a Buddhist master. And the Buddhist master said, what do you want? What do you wish? And then the karate teacher said, well, master, I've learned this. I became a champion here. I do this, blah, blah, blah. And, I pretty much did everything. So the Buddhist masters say, then why are you here?
Yeah.
And then he said, see that tea you're drinking? It's full. If you drink it all, it's empty. You're going to need another one when it's empty. And then he said, always empty your cup. in order for you to learn something, and this is for all of
Yeah.
us, in order for you to learn something and keep learning, you gotta keep emptying that cup. Because when it's
Yes.
full, you can't learn anything. You know?
Exactly.
But
Especially when it's full of ego.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's probably that, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, it's good to talk with you. That was a good chat.
Same.
We
Same.
went over an hour and almost half hour and a half. How
Yeah.
about that, right?
Just love it. We can sit down
But
here all day, no problem.
I am excited to see you in Vegas. Bring your swimsuit because we're gonna have a party there in the pool, of course. And
He loves you.
shit, we're gonna party until 6 a.m. And so bring your energy drink if you need it.
Yes.
You bet.
Don't.
You bet.
We don't need energy drinks. We don't need. I have 25 yet. I need
Yeah.
nothing but coffee. That's it.
And
Ashes with
and
sugar.
and say hi to Johanna, not Johanna. Say hi
Johanna.
to Anna when you see
We
her.
will. We
Ferdy.
will.
I
Yes.
haven't met her in person, but I know she's a go-getter.
Yes.
And that's what
For sure.
that's what I like about her. And so, all right, guys, I will post this in both Facebook. I don't know how to post an IG the video, so if you could figure that out, just let me know.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tag you anyway. But ladies and gentlemen, Patrick and Johanna will be at the Las Vegas Mega Bachata Festival. Mega Bachata Fest is the website if you want to buy tickets and you want to book your hotel.
Yeah.
And there they will be teaching
You're
and
ready to dance, guys. You're ready to
debuting
dance.
their new routine, or not debuting because they're performing it somewhere
Almost.
But
Almost.
I think it's gonna be like
Fresh enough.
2 weeks
Yeah.
old.
in the
Fresh
West
enough.
Coast at least, right?
In
Yeah.
the West Coast, it's gonna be the first time.
Yeah, there you go. So good
Yeah.
luck to you both. Keep doing what you're doing and remain humble. All right. And I'll see you in Vegas. Okay.
Bye.
See you
Thank you
guys.
so
Thanks,
much.
Nice to
guys.
meet you. Thank you so much
Thank
for having
you.
us.
All right.